Hey man, let's talk about Val Kilmer. You know, the guy who went from being one of Hollywood's most mysterious heartthrobs to one of its most underrated and resilient talents. His career has been a wild ride, full of highs, challenges, transformations, and a comeback story that hits hard. Val Edward Kilmer was born on December 31st, 1959, in Los Angeles, California. He grew up in the heart of the entertainment world, but his childhood wasn't exactly glamorous. After his parents divorced, he had a tough time emotionally, but he found a creative outlet in acting. He was actually the youngest person at the time to be accepted into Juilliard's drama division. That tells you something. He had serious talent from the jump. He started on stage doing theater, Shakespeare, and all the classics. But Hollywood came calling in the 80s, and his big break came in 1984 when he starred in the comedy Top Secret, which showed off his comedy chops and that signature charm. But just 2 years later, he hit full-on heartthrob status with Top Gun, playing Iceman, the cool, confident rival to Tom Cruise's Maverick. Instantly, Val Kilmer was a household name. But Kilmer wasn't content with being just the pretty face. He wanted to do it all: comedy, drama, action, even musicals. In 1991, he played Jim Morrison in The Doors and absolutely transformed. He didn't just play Morrison, he became him. His performance was haunting, wild, and praised by critics. It proved he was more than a blockbuster name. Then came Tombstone in 1993, where he played Doc Holliday. And let's be honest, that might be his most iconic role. The way he delivered lines, the swagger, the intensity, he stole every scene he was in. Kilmer had officially become one of the most captivating actors of his generation. In 1995, he stepped into one of the biggest roles in Hollywood, Batman. Yep, he wore the cape and cowl in Batman Forever. While the film got mixed reviews, Kilmer brought a darker, more brooding vibe to the character, and the movie was a box office hit. But the next few years were complicated. Kilmer started getting a reputation for being difficult to work with. Stories started to swirl around his perfectionism and intense approach to roles. Some directors loved it, others didn't. His career started to slow down a bit, even though he kept delivering powerful performances in movies like Heat, The Saint, and The Ghost in the Darkness. Then behind the scenes, things took a turn. In the late 2000s and 10s, Kilmer revealed he was battling throat cancer. He went through surgeries and treatments that changed his voice and his life. For a while, he disappeared from the spotlight. Fans didn't know how bad it was until much later. But here's where the story turns. Kilmer didn't give up. He started writing, painting, and exploring new creative paths. In 2020, he released a memoir called I'm Your Huckleberry, which gave fans a deep, honest look at his life and career. And in 2021, the documentary Val premiered, built from thousands of hours of footage he had shot over decades. It was raw, emotional, and deeply moving. It reminded everyone just how much Val Kilmer had given to his art. Then came
Back in
Top Gun.
1995,
Maverick hit
Val
on
Kilmer was
22.
taking over
Fans held their
Hollywood.
breath to
With
see
memorable
if Kilmer
performances
would
in
be as
Top Gun, The
luminous
Doors,
as
and
he was.
Tombstone already under
In one
his
of the most
belt,
emotional scenes in the film, Iceman and Maverick meet again. It was powerful, respectful, and a beautiful tribute to Kilmer's legacy. Despite his health challenges, he showed up, and he delivered.
but we wanted to take a deeper
So
look
yeah,
at
Val
this part
Kilmer's
of his
story is
career.
about
2021, a
fame,
documentary dropped shedding light on
it's
Kilmer's
about
life, his love
resilience,
for acting, and the recent
evolution,
battle with
and
losing his
staying true
voice
to
to
your
cancer.
art,
We also saw him in
no
Top
matter
Gun
what
Maverick
life
struggling to
throws at you.
speak, where they digitally altered
He
his
may have
voice to make
faced
it
more
sound
battles than
clearer.
most actors,
Who's the
but he
better
never
pilot?
stopped being an
But
artist.
despite the sad end to his
What's your
career, did
favorite
Kilmer
Val Kilmer role? Doc Holliday, Jim Morrison, or maybe Iceman in Top Gun? Let me know. I'd love to hear what movie made you a fan.